Yo guys, it's Willie from YouTube, and today's episode is entitled Evicting the Seafood Tenant. Now, this is one of my stories about probably one of the, not the worst tenant, but one of the worst tenants and how they left the place. You know, I do a lot of favors for brothers, but for this time today, brothers, I spent, the last couple of weeks roasting these sisters, but now I got time today to roast some of these brothers. Some of these brothers that come out to help them in their time of need. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this story. You see, I got this brother who the baby mama kicked him out of the house, in the middle of the day, and he had to go and get himself a hotel to stay at. And then he calls my phone number so he can get an emergency place to stay at a room. I didn't know this brother too much, but you gotta help the brother from the nation. So I said, let me help out this brother and give him a room. He only had $350 to come up with, so I went ahead and I let him rent one of the rooms for $350. And I said, in 2 weeks you can pay me the other $350 per month plus security deposit of $350. That's what they do in America. In Canada is the second month of rent, which is $350. But I'm talking about Cleveland, Ohio. I said, brothers in the nation, I said, might as well give him the HBO special. What's the HBO special? The HBO special is help a brother out special. Whenever you see your brother down and out and needs something to do, they always say when you have a pie, your brother also has a pie. So you cut your pie in half and, you share your pie with your brother, so then he also has a pie. That's what I did with this brother. But now, before I go on with the story, I need y'all viewers to give me the HBO special. And what is that? Help a brother out by giving me a like or dislike, whichever one, or you can leave me a comment or criticism below. It's free to do so. I don't know why y'all are not liking or disliking or leaving a comment or criticism in the comments below, because it is free to do so, because Jesus paid it all. Come on now, it's free to do this on YouTube. So help a brother out. Like or dislike this video down below. Leave a comment or criticism down below, and so I can, it helps the YouTube algorithm push my videos across. So now back to the story. I gave the brother the HBO special, help a brother out. I got him into the place, I let him move in even though he didn't have all the money. It was urgent, call me. Yo, well, I need help, my maid mama throwing me out, if you can help me anyway, I need a place to stay. So, I helped the brother out, let him stay in one of the rooms, go ahead, So, he stays there, and, 2 months later, the moratorium steps in. Moratorium, puts rent on hold. Puts eviction on hold, but allows people to still pay for rent. So that's what I was expecting, that the brother would still pay me rent even though the white man tells him he's not gonna get evicted. But lo and behold, 2 months come by, the guy says, I lost my job. But then I tell him that you got stimulus check and then you got unemployment check from the white man, but you don't want to help your brother man. Okay, I see how it is. What you could do is, I know you want to keep some of your bread, or you want to keep all of it. I see your situation. Why don't you put the utilities in your name, and then you just pay the difference? And he said, okay, I'll do that for you, brother. I said, okay, right, that's good. That's only going to be what? Maybe $50, $100 you just have to give me from your stimulus check of $2,000. In total, they got up to $8,000. Plus the unemployment that you get at 70 or 80%. I said, man, this guy's getting, a couple thousand over all this. So he can help me out. But no, the guy, even with $50, $100, the brother still didn't want to help me out for the last 8-9 months. And now what happened is, there's 3 things in the hood that people are afraid of. The repo man, the utility man, and the policeman. So guess who showed up just recently last month? The utility man in Cleveland, Ohio. He came up and he turned the utility off, the electric off. So now I get this phone call from the brother. He said, William, they came over and they cut the lights on. And I said, that's great. You know, you haven't paid me for 8-9 months. Now you want to call me and try and call for another help. You know, another handout. I said, I'm not helping you out, bro. You were supposed to pay utility and give me the difference. I don't care. I don't know what you did with that bread, but you got thousands of dollars, but you don't want to help me in any way. So I said, that's great. So, you know, he said, okay, fine, man. I'm gonna have to leave. You know, the situation going on. You know that and everything. So you know what happens, that even though he did not pay those utility bills, you know who has to pay for those utility bills to get the electric back on, the lights back on? I had to, of course. I had to, once he moved out, put the utility back on in my name, pay all of that back pay of 8-9 months on top of him not paying me any money. So, and the nerve of this guy, what he does next is, after he moves out, you know, he leaves the place trash anyway. So I said, okay, fine, trash. Anyway, the house manager is gonna clean it up for $25-$30 anyway. So I'm not too worried about that. So they clean up the place, and you know, for the past week they're trying to show the place, and then all the time they had this lingering smell, and they're wondering what is all this smell coming from. So, you know, he looks around and he notices a drywall just put up recently. So he pokes through the drywall because 5 years ago, somebody put a bag of chicken wings in the drop-down ceilings, and we were showing the place for 2 weeks, and we were wondering where that smell is coming from. So the guy said, you know, probably this guy did something like this. So they removed the drywall, and what did they find? 6 crabs filled with all this maggot. And he's just pulling it out, and you'll see it in the video, in the pictures, him pulling out. And he's, you know, they pull out all the crabs and the drywall, and they're wondering, what's the tampons all about? But, you know, who cares? I'm just talking about the crabs. I was like, why you put crabs? So I asked my friend who sells seafood, and he said crab is one of the worst smells you can have. So he told me this guy knows his stuff. You know, chicken wings, that smells bad, but crabs, seafood, that smell, that's worse than the fish. So I was like, you see, I gave the brother the HBO special, and this is how he repays me. You know, he could have just told me, brother, you know, I don't have the money, you know, I spent the money, but I'm gonna leave the place clean, just be respectful, and then leave out. But no, the brother goes ahead and takes it an extra mile and trashes the place. So now I know why the baby mom kicked him out of his house, because this brother is musty, dusty, and crusty. Just plain out buffooning, you know, all the nonsense going on. I was like, I could see why the sister kicked this brother out. You rather do without him. And you see, a lot of times when these brothers come up to me and they be doing their brother talk and Queen of the Earth and black man is king, and you know, the type of shea butter and you know, black soap, and you know, they try and get into your feelings about, you know, we need to help each other raise the nation. And I said, this is another one of these hotep hustlers, just like Umar Johnson. You know, Umar Johnson goes around talking the same stuff, but the brother be swindling all these brothers and sisters from their money and hasn't built one brick of a school and keeps trying to take donations from brothers and sisters. So sometimes we got these hotep hustlers who want to use all of these nice phrases to get the love from the people. So, you know, I said, you know what? Don't worry, brother. I got you. You know what? You want to play these games? All right. I'll go to the courts. We'll do the evictions, and you know, all of that. You know, those pictures and destroying the property. All of that's going to be recorded. So now, when any brother comes along and they type up your name, they look up your name. They'll see what you've done. And you know, with Cleveland, what I like about Cleveland is that the evictions are for the public. You can go online and look up a brother's past. Even the evictions, you don't have to pay. In Buffalo, it's hidden. You have to go downtown and go to their computers and look it up before you can get all the information about the eviction. In Ontario, you have to go downtown and find all that information. And sometimes it's restricting. It gives you a lot of flashback. But in Cleveland, Ohio, you can go online right now on your computer and look up a person's eviction records for free. That's why I like Cleveland so much, is because when people come to me and say they want to rent a room, I say, hold them on it. Just let me see your photo ID, and then I go on there and I check it up, type his name, and I can tell him right there in a few seconds if I want him or not. So that's what I like about Cleveland. So now this brother is going to go around, and wherever he goes in Cleveland, anybody within a few seconds can look up his name. So guys, you know, sometimes you help brothers out and this is how they repay you. But you know, karma's going to come back to him. And you can only screw so many people so much until it comes back to him. So now I left this video up just in case, you know, any landlord want to call me and ask about this brother. I'm just going to send them the YouTube link and they can look and see what the final results are. So now, you know, we're collecting tabs on you. We're pocket watching. Anyways, guys, this is William from